This is Michael Gerace with Michelangelo's Plumbing. We're at 1846 South Dunsmuir Avenue, Los Angeles, California, performing a video sewer inspection, and it is May 30th, 2018. And this is the front of the house. That's the front door to the house. And this is the front driveway area. Front of the house, and we're going to begin. We've got a 4-inch ABS plastic mainline cleanout, and we're going to zero out our camera right here. We're going to zero out our camera right at the beginning, right before we drop into it, and we're also going to put our counter on. Okay, we've got our counter on. Now we're going to drop down into our 4-inch ABS plastic mainline cleanout. Can't tell for sure, but it looks like it may transition right here at the bottom to vitreous clay is what it looks like. Once we go in a little bit more, we'll be able to tell. Yes, we do have vitreous clay. We've got a little offset right there as we just drop in. No major root intrusion, no major breaks or anything, but we do have an offset right there, and right here we do have some major root intrusion. We can't really see the joint that well because it's covered approximately about 70% by root intrusion, and we are on a drop right now. We're going to pause and we're going to try and locate this area. Okay, what was it? 5'2"?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're dropping back down into the mainline clean out again. We have ABS plastic. Have a couple offset separation right there. Got a pretty large separation right at the top. You can see at the top of the screen at the left at about the 11 o'clock area. Got a pretty good offset right there. Then we're going down into the line, and we've got a very large root intrusion right here. We've marked this area out at 5 foot 2 inches deep, and it is on the little grass hillside before the brick retaining wall. We're going down in there, and we got a lot of roots in that joint, and we got roots growing in the next joint as well. Got a lot of roots growing in the next joint. You want us to mark every one?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to pause for a moment. We're going to mark. Okay, so we're 6 foot deep, and this is still on the grass hillside before the retaining wall, and we got quite a bit of roots in there, even going down the line a little bit. And we got an offset in this clay joint at the top. You can see where it's shifted. You can see the whole face of the clay joint at the top, but you can't see it at the bottom. So we got a shift there, and now we're heading down. That's right toward the wall. And now we got well right here, and we're going to pause and try and locate this area. This should be right at our retaining wall area. Okay, we got this area marked out at 3 foot 9 inches deep in that area right up against the brick retaining wall. And a lot of roots in that line. Now we got a real large root intrusion. Another large root intrusion. You want to mark them all, right? Okay, so we're going to pause right here and we're going to mark this one. Okay, we've marked this area out at 6 foot. We've marked this area out at 6'2", and it's in the sidewalk area. So now we're gonna keep pushing out, and we got just huge root intrusion all in that area, and kind of underwater right here. Gonna try and see if we can get through. See if I can push through this. Yes, we did. And we're okay. So we have heavy root intrusion all the way. It's just compacted. We're almost 100% collapsed right now, to where there's barely an opening. We're going to find out exactly where we're at. No, I think right now we're probably in the driveway, or maybe closer in the sidewalk, Glenn. I can hear now. I can hear a pin drop. Hearing aid.
Which one did you get from?
Here, USA.
I think that's modern stuff. You see it. What's the one after?
There's the wireless.
Oh, that's picking up.
Goes in.
I've got it. So much.
Huh? Yeah, that's what I said. He's a banker now. This part right here, the roots are so heavy that when I pull the camera back a little, it collapses right around the camera. It's almost blocked 100%.
So I got a funny feeling we're going to have to put in the bigger painting.
Might have to.
Yeah, because I'm acting for the buyer, not the seller.
The what?
I'm acting for the buyer.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll find out if we have to run a 6-inch, or if we can. It all depends what we got out in the street now. We'll find out. Right here, we're okay.
What you do.
Yeah, we're not too bad here yet. Okay. Okay, we marked this area out, and where we at, Glenn? We're in the sidewalk we're in the sidewalk at 6 foot 1 inches deep, and we're almost completely compacted right there with roots. And it's going to be difficult to see. We're going to go out. We're going to try and run out to the city sewer, back, and we'll look at all the rest of the joints. We got roots in the 6-inch as well. We can see that. We have some water down in the city sewer. Not a ton of water, but not too bad. We've rinsed our camera lens off, and this is our city sewer tie-in connection. And we do have roots right at the city sewer tie-in connection. Kind of hard to see because you're in a turn, but as we pull back, you can see the roots on the right-hand side. So we do have roots coming into the city sewer. Probably a crack right there because it's back a ways from the edge. It's not right on the edge. So more than likely there's a crack because that's not a joint. So, and this appears to be right here, right at the saddle area. So the only way to repair that area is to either put a new saddle in, a brand new saddle, and pull a brand new trenchless 6-inch line, more than likely. Or you could possibly put a top hat and put a liner, but the cost will be just about the same and not as efficient as putting in a brand new line. I'll pause for a moment. Okay, we've marked this area in the street approximately 10 feet deep, and we have a large offset and separation, and looks like we have a break right there, and heavy root intrusion right at the city sewer. City top is a few inches from where we're at, and we have root intrusion off to the right, and this joint is the wide joint to the city sewer, and that's heavily root intruded. And then it looks like we may also have a crack right back behind it, because we don't have roots in between, and that's just a piece of pipe, so it appears that right back behind it we have a crack there as well. And now we have root intrusion at the next joint. You want to mark this one in the street too, Brian? Yeah.
He's done it.
Mark another one? There's another one.
Oh, yeah.
You want to mark? Okay. Out at approximately 10 foot deep well, and this is right near the middle of the street. We've marked it out with an orange dot. We've got some root intrusion in that joint. Now we're coming back. We have some pretty good fall. We've got some minor root intrusion. You want to mark minor? No. This minor root intrusion here, we're going to move past this joint because we know that this line's got to be replaced because of the condition of the saddle and the Y. Then we got here too. You can see the top part of the pipe a lot more than you can the bottom. That's that next joint. And then we have root intrusion and some slag at the next joint. And then we have an offset at the next joint and some minor root intrusion. And then we have some slag at the next joint. That doesn't look terrible, but got some concrete slag. And then we got a pretty large offset, and we have root intrusion here. We're going to mark this one. where the driveway apron meets the street, and we have large offset and root intrusion. Pulling back, that joint didn't appear to be too bad right there. That joint didn't appear to be too bad coming back. And then we get into this joint again where we're completely compacted. See it? It's just, as we pull our camera out, the roots just collapse right around the camera.
It's got to be replaced.
Yeah, it's just bad. We marked that one in the side area in the driveway. That's just bad all the way back. Okay, we've looked at all the rest of the joints, and we've marked it. Now we're going to pull our camera out of the line, and we're going to complete our video sewer inspection, and we will write a report and a recommendation. And that concludes our video sewer inspection for today.